Do you still learn? Because I read you went to the States earlier in your career.
Yeah.
You worked together with some famous artists and producers. Did they learn you any tricks that you maybe still prove themselves?
Yeah, loads.
One example of something that you still use?
When you're stacking a chorus, you know, rather than having one vocal up the center that to like represent the chorus, if you track it or triple track it, as in like have one up the middle, and you can pan one over to the left. Anybody who knows what panning is just bringing it from the left to the right. But if you can stack the vocal up the middle with the left at about 9 o'clock and on the right at about 3 o'clock, then you get a much fuller vocal sound. This was a technique used by Boys to Men to kind of give them the really thick sound. So when you layer that with harmonies, you got this beautiful, you know, stacked chorus coming in. But that's just one from one of them.
There's so many. There's so many. Yeah.
Is there still, you learn a lot? I try to rediscover some things yourself.
I think you can learn a set of skills, and you can pick up nuggets of wisdom from everybody you've worked with, and they all have something very particular and individual to them that you pick up. But for me, writing a song is like learning to walk again. Every single song feels like a whole new set of challenges, and I can never think that I could emulate any songs that we've written in the past. I think we just treat it as a whole new thing every single time. It's just a blank canvas, and you just apply the rules and the methods that you've learned before, but you can't expect them to work on every song. It's just, they work on some songs, they don't. Every song has a particular requirement. So I genuinely feel like when I'm writing a song, it's the first time I've ever written a song. You know.
How is it now? Yeah, you've achieved already a big success with the first 2 records. Are
Thank
you continuously writing? Are you writing at the time, or are you just wait? What happened after the, let's say, after the last album came out?
It kind of
how did the time between them and now is filled up for you?
It kind of comes in spurts for us, you know. Since we've been in, since we started the band, we've gone, you know, heavy into the writing sessions, and then, you know, we've block booked, let's say, the next 6 months, 7 months mentally with, we're going to have to bring this around the world. So you just kind of go right into shutdown mode of creativity. But everybody's creating on the road, little nuggets here and there of just different songs that they'll collect. And then finally at the end of the touring sequence, it's around that time now, you know, even Marcus, he just bought his whole brand new home studio. I think it's around now everyone starts to get a little bit, you know, a bit more creative, because I think we're all busting up here, nearing that point where we want to lay things down and just kind of really express ourselves again, which is a great time now, because, you know, we're coming into the 3rd album. So you want everybody thirsty, you want everybody back in there, you know.
Can you, what has already been done, or what kind of, can you describe a little bit of how you work when on the road? I assume with a laptop or anything?
Yeah, the road is a difficult one, because it's a really, sometimes with music it's a very personal thing, so it's nice to be able to be isolated and get out your mistakes more than anything else. The road is a difficult one because it's a bit more of a community, you're constantly in public. So yeah, we have to turn to things like laptops, earphones, you know. We use an Apogee Duet at the moment we've all got, and we tend to plug our instruments into that and, you know, record our ideas. But like Dan said, at that point it's just a dictaphone, it's just some way to get down ideas. And when we finally have some studio time coming up, that we will share those ideas with each other, but that will be in private.
Would you like, I mean, a downside is maybe a big word for the stage you're in, but do you sometimes, because you have so many duties that come with the success you had, that you would like to have a little bit more time to get the privacy and the rest that you just described?
Yeah, but I think at the same time, you know, we've written all collectively and individually for many, many years, you know, and to be honest, I have to say, I think this is probably the best way you get a lot out of me personally, is to starve me for it for a while and then give it to me. Because as soon as I go in, I want to get things down at such a fast pace and such a fast rate that I'm really not thinking about the process, whereas before, every stage I was thinking about the process the whole way along. So I think just starving for a little while and then letting you in there, for me definitely, I think seems to be the best way.